So if more rotation gives us more distance, how do we rotate without swaying? Well, I've got the secret sauce for you here today. I'm gonna give you 2 drills that will teach you to rotate versus sway. I'm gonna give you a swing feel that works wonders for a lot of my students. And best of all, I'm gonna give you a checkpoint at the end so you know if you're doing it correctly. First of all, let's define what is a sway versus a pivot or a rotation. And the key thing on this is where the weight is at on your trail foot. So as a right-handed golfer, I have my left foot, which is my lead foot. I have my right foot, which is my trail foot. You know this if you follow any of our stuff here on the vertical line swing, and you've read our book, The Bad Lie. It's an Amazon bestseller. You know that we love the 60-40. We love the 60-40. What we mean is that we have 60% of our weight on our lead foot, 40% on our trail, and we shift that weight from lead foot to trail foot, and that allows us to create energy, rotation, power, whatever word you want to use. But the key to having it be a rotation or a pivot versus a sway is to keep the weight on the inside of your trail foot as you rotate towards the top. When I take this here and I rotate to the top, my weight is on the inside of the foot right here. That's a pivot, a rotation, a turn, whatever word you want to use. If I do the same thing, but the weight goes to the outside of my foot, that's a sway. Now that we know what the difference is, how can we practice it? Well, 2 drills. First of all, the drill that I would do to start this is I would start with your left foot forward. And I gave this drill to my student, Robert. He's an experienced golfer, and it was game changer for him. It immediately improved his contact because he was really drifting off the golf ball. But here's what you do. Take your lead foot, which is your left foot, put it forward. Take your trail foot and move it back a little bit so that you feel balanced and stable, but the trail foot is definitely back. And do it first of all with a couple practice swings. And just go ahead and make a back swing, and then go ahead and make like a little forward swing. So back swing, forward swing. Now what's gonna happen here is when you do this, because your feet are in this position, you're not gonna sway. Because if you swayed, you would literally fall over, and your body doesn't want to fall over, right, Nick? Your body don't want to. No, okay, all right, yeah, okay. Nick, give me a thumbs down. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, and be sure to tell us where you're from. We love hearing where you're from, and hit that subscribe button. But that would be the first drill that I would do. Let me go ahead and hit one, then I'll give you the second drill. So here you go, left foot forward or lead foot forward, trail foot back, okay? Just feel a little rotation, okay? Now you don't have to try to hit them real far, you're just trying to feel rotation versus sway. The second drill here is where you're gonna take, I got my 6-iron here, I'm just gonna kind of put it down on the ground, almost like a, kind of like a cane or just for support. I'm gonna take my regular setup and I'm gonna make a backswing with my arms and pivot, okay, with my chest, turn, but I'm gonna take my trail foot and just step back a little bit. There's little 2, there's little 3. Now when I rotate like this, you'll notice how I'm turning, I'm not drifting. You could do that in the driving range, it could be part of your pre-shot routine, it doesn't matter. But just this little step like this can really give you a feel for what you're looking for in terms of the rotation. Now what about a feel? So you're heading to the golf course, you're like, all right, Todd, I've done the drills, I'm working pretty good, but I'm walking over here to the first tee. What can I feel to make sure that I'm rotating versus swaying? Well, pretty simple. I've got the mic box in my back pocket right here, my trail pocket, my right pocket. You might have a phone, whatever, doesn't matter, but something in your trail pocket. What I want you to feel is as you start your backswing, feel like that mic box, that phone goes backwards. How did that look, Nick? Did that go backwards? Okay, I finally got this guy to give me a dang thumbs up, all right? Give us a thumbs up on this video. Feel the rotation right there? So when you rotate, that mic box will go backwards. And when it goes backwards, okay, that's when you're gonna get that good rotation. Last but certainly not least, let me give you a checkpoint. How do you know if you're doing this? Well, if you videotape your swing, and if you feel like you got a buddy who's swaying, share this video with them because it might help them improve their golf game. But here's what I would look for. When the club gets to the top of the backswing, okay, I'm set in here. When the club gets to the top of the backswing, if you look at great golfers who rotate versus sway, what you're gonna see is a little bit of daylight between their legs. Let me start this again. Notice how my knees are bent. Let's just say for sake of discussion, they're bent 30 degrees. I'm just using it as a random number. And we cover all this in our book, The Bad Lie. But when you rotate, now this has more bend, let's say 45 for sake of discussion. This has less bend, let's say 15. What you'll see is a little bit of daylight in between your legs there. And that would be the checkpoint. As your golf coach, That's what I'm gonna look for at the top of the backswing. Is there gapping? Is there separation between the knees? Because if you're doing that, you're definitely improving your pivot. You're actually pivoting versus swaying. Now that we've improved your pivot and hopefully given you some more distance, check out my next video. And if you wanna personally work with us on your golf game, check out vlscoaching.com.